Marcus, in the world where the B2B buyer is spending way more time online during the buying process, there's way more visual content and videos and media that they can consume to help them make a better buying decision. Do we really need a B2B salesperson at this point? Or for most B2B sales, can it be done via a online form and some video content?
Hmm. This is something that I actually think a lot about, Will. And just to set up my answer, I need to read to you a stat. This is probably not new to some of your, let's say, listeners, but it's still very, very relevant. So McKinsey and Company, late last year, they came out with a study that said 70% of B2B decision makers say they are open to making new, fully self-serve or remote purchases in excess of $50,000, and 27% would spend more than $500,000. In other words, on a sale, not actually talking to a salesperson. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I think that, and I'm not just saying this, I think actually there's more need than ever for great sales people, but the way they see their job has to evolve. Otherwise, they risk being left behind. And what do I mean by that, right? Of course. So if we look at what's happening, if we're going to have more what you call self serve, let's say on the website, this means, and this of course aligns with what we're talking about with the book, The Visual Sale, too. This means that we need to be able to say things and show things on the front end of the buying process that we don't normally say and show, specifically when they're vetting us, when they're vetting the product, when they're vetting the service, whatever that thing is online. And whose job is that? I would submit that it shouldn't just be, quote, marketing, that this is where sales and this is where subject matter experts need to get involved. And the really smart salespeople I'm seeing today, especially in the B2B environment, are saying, I'm just as much part of marketing right now as I've ever been. And certainly, I'm just as much a marketer as I am a salesperson, because I need to get involved on that front end during that 70, 80% when they're vetting our particular product, our particular service. And then we see how they can finish the deal more easily because they've established that rapport, that expertise, again, on that front end. So, do I think there's a need for salespeople? I think there's a need for great educators, and I think there's a need to bring it home. I think that you will, though, see over the course of time less average salespeople. And I certainly think you're going to see less sales travel budgets, because COVID has clearly taught a lot of CFOs and a lot of accountants that, you know what, we can still sell without getting in a plane or without getting in a vehicle. And so there's a whole conversation around that to be had as well.